Yep, sure thing. Hopefully my connection's okay. It just came up with an error. Yeah, hey Mickey. Congrats on re-signing with the Phoenix. Yeah, you'd mentioned, or was mentioned in the release that you'd had some interest from elsewhere. So was that from across the A-League or from further afield? And yeah, what made you want to re-sign?
Yeah, it was just across the A-League. So a couple other clubs, but yeah, I think the opportunity to continue to play at home, and especially after this amazing World Cup that New Zealand and Aussie have hosted, I can definitely feel that excitement around it, and I think that's probably helped to make that decision to come back to the Phoenix. But I think ultimately it was always in my kind of 2-year plan, I guess, was to have at least one more season with the Phoenix, and I had a great opportunity last year to be amongst it, and I think I can give more this year, and I'm excited to see what comes with it, with obviously new coaching staff and hopefully some more players too, some new players coming in. It's exciting, yeah.
Yeah, and when you were last in Wellington during the World Cup, yeah, obviously you had the injury and couldn't be involved in the Philippines game. I guess during a World Cup, coaches keep a lot of that sort of thing under wraps, and you don't get a good chance to sort of ask about it. So can you just talk about when you sort of suffered the injury and I guess the disappointment of you'd done so well to force your way into that squad and how that sort of impacted getting game time at the World Cup?
Yeah, I just picked it up in a training closer to the Norway game, actually, just after Norway. So it was just a minor quad strain injury. So it's just felt it tightened, basically. It wasn't a ping, nothing major. So went and got an MRI, and yeah, came up with a small muscle tear, but nothing major. But it obviously took me out of that Philippines game, and unfortunately wasn't able to cut up or get on the field for that, and which it's never easy. And for me, it was obviously it was hard. I've gone a whole season of being pretty injury free and playing almost every minute, and then get to a World Cup, and that's where you pick something up. But that's just what happens, and that's sport, and that's just timing. But I was fit and available for the third game against Switzerland, so that was good for my mindset too, to kind of be able to turn around that injury quite quickly and heal up nicely.
Can I just ask a follow up then? Were you disappointed that you didn't get on, and will that, you're obviously still pretty young, will that sort of fuel the motivation for the next World Cup in 2027?
Oh yeah, it definitely makes me want more, for sure. So it's never easy if you don't get on the field, but I knew my role then was to kind of, if I was to get on, I knew what that was going to look like. And there were a couple of us who didn't get to obviously step out on that field and feel that, but yeah, you're gutted, but because that's what you're there for. You want to get on that pitch, but to see the girls leave it, everything on the field was amazing. And but yeah, like you said, I want more, for sure. And it's my first taste, and it was incredible to be a part of, and especially at home and in front of 3 sold out crowds was amazing. So wherever the next one is, that's definitely the next goal, for sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Philip.
I'll just jump in. Well done, Mickey. I guess it's been a bit of a roller coaster whirlwind for you. From teaching not long ago to playing, being at a World Cup. I mean, do you kind of pinch yourself a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. And it still hasn't even been 12 months since I signed my first scholarship contract with the Phoenix a year, or not even a year ago. So it is a bit crazy, and to see all that I've achieved in the last 12 months, it's been pretty amazing. I've finally got a bit of downtime to actually sit back and reflect on that, and to also get excited for this upcoming season too. But yeah, like I said, it's been an amazing journey, but I know it's just the start for me, and I'm ready to keep going.
Do you feel, I mean, I think personally you've got quite a unique skill set. There's not a lot of players like you coming through in New Zealand. Do you feel that as well? Like you are a bit different to everything else that's currently coming through in New Zealand?
Yeah, I like to think that I have a bit of uniqueness about myself and what I can offer on the football field, and I think I'm quite a versatile player, and that's what I can bring to the Phoenix too, whether it's left back, or I don't know, maybe if it get to be pushed up further up, who knows. But yeah, I'd love to kind of keep experiencing that kind of feeling of being used in a versatile way, and left foot, right foot, that sort of thing on set pieces. That's what I love to do. I love to assist and to put those balls through, and to see people score on your assists is my favourite part of the game, to be fair. And yeah, I think I have a lot to give this season wherever I am, and I'm excited to be playing around a good group of girls. So yeah.
Yeah, and what does the next couple of months look like for you? Any chance of you going to France, support the old man?
Yeah, potentially. So hopefully it's still kind of obviously it's not ideal timing with pre-season, but so just I've got chats of that happening in the works, but no, I'm sure you'll be updated on that later if I do get to make it. But I know my mum's going over there and she'll be there for the whole time, which will be cool. So I'm hoping I can join her. But yeah, if I can't, it's been a busy year for the Foster family, and we're excited to kind of now start focusing on that next World Cup, especially with the All Blacks team just being announced too. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Michaela.
Thanks, Victor.
Else, guys? Feel free to jump back in, Phil, if you have anything else to ask.
Oh yeah, so Michaela, you were talking about potentially playing further up. I know we've seen you play lots of different positions throughout your career, but where would you prefer to play?
I do love left back. I think I've kind of, especially after almost cementing my place in that position last year, and being able to grow as a left back was important for me. And I kind of actually came into the Phoenix not having played a lot of left back in the recent years. I was a centre back in America, and then for Northern Rovers played more of a midfield role. But yeah, there's something about left back. I enjoy getting up the line and kind of crossing those balls in. But yeah, like I said, if I get the opportunity to go back into the midfield or higher up, I remember starting our first Phoenix game last year. I started as left winger, so yeah, so you never know really. But obviously, it depends who we get in, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and does the World Cup bonus and signing a proper contract this time mean you won't be returning to New World when you come back to Wellington?
Probably not. To be honest, I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking about it just to kind of get away from football. Sometimes it's quite nice to have some different people around you, and that's a good group of people there. But I'm hoping to get more into coaching side. So I don't know if we'll have time for New World, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah, and now that you've seen, well, now that the Football Ferns have been eliminated and there's still a bunch of teams vying for the World Cup, is there anyone who you think will go on and win? Is there anyone who's sort of impressed you so far?
I love watching Japan play. I think just their style, they've kind of perfected almost every area of the game, I think. But there's been some exciting round of 16 games. I'm looking forward to tonight to get the Jamaica Colombia. Will be a really good game. But be cool to see England kind of go all the way, I think, too. But I don't know, it's hard to pick. Even Aussie, last night's game was amazing, actually. And yeah, I think you could pick almost any of those teams in the final round of 16 and top 8. So it's been an amazing tournament. And it's cool to actually sit back and actually enjoy and watch it now.
Yeah, I thought, given your skill set, you might be a Sweden fan, because their in-swinging corners have been, pretty good so far.
Teams have struggled, obviously, against them. So definitely.
Yeah, all good. That's all the questions I
I
have.
just wanted to check, Michaela. I can't help but see some comparison. I know you're a Liverpool fan with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is that someone you base your game off a little bit as well? Because he's played in different positions and he's got a set piece similar to yours. I think even the way he strikes, it's quite reminiscent of you. So is that someone you look to?
Yeah, for sure. I think the way he can, even in play, not just on dead ball, but in play, how he can just hit a ball diag and hit it perfectly to the striker's feet is incredible. So I love watching him play. So if I can be half as good as he can in a ball like that, then that's kind of what I want to be. And yeah, that's cool. And obviously he's our vice captain this year, so it's exciting too, his leadership role. And hopefully that's something I can kind of step into this year, whatever that looks like as a second year here. But I want to bring that leadership kind of that I have to this team too. But no, for sure, want to be that sort of player, 100%.